The western edge of Desert Hot Springs is undergoing a transformation. Old industrial buildings and huge barren plots of open desert are quickly becoming ground zero for what is expected to be one of the greatest concentrations of indoor marijuana growing operations in the country. Information we obtained from a subcontractor tipped us off on the scope and magnitude of what is now just beginning. Like the gold rush, what is happening here might be more accurately described as the green rush. It's a development which has the full support of Mayor Scott Mattis.
People are watching the city of Desert Hot Springs. It's national news now for what we're doing here, and we're following other states like Colorado and Washington.
The effort to turn Desert Hot Springs into a marijuana mecca all began during the city's financial crisis in 2013. That's when the city council decided to lay the groundwork for allowing cannabis to play a central role in the city's economy. The key hurdle was cleared in November 2014 when voters overwhelmingly approved taxing the sale of medicinal marijuana and taxing cultivation.
The cultivation is an opportunity to cultivate for the state of California. We're not cultivating just to deliver within the city of Desert Hot Springs.
Among those who oppose the idea of the city becoming a hub for cultivation is the assistant minister at First Community Baptist Church, who wishes city officials worked harder to attract other businesses.
Well, there's developers that have come here, and for one reason or another, either they were denied or it took too long for permits, or they ran out of money because it took so long. So it's just those kind of situations that Desert Hot Springs has battled for a while.
After voters in the city approved laws regulating marijuana, entrepreneurs and investors began buying up land and existing buildings, all with an eye on becoming players in a budding market. This map of the intersection of Little Morongo Road and Two Bunch Palms Trail shows roughly 20 separate marijuana growing operations in various stages of planning and development. The locations in red have conditional use permits already approved. And this lot further south on Little Morongo at Dillon Road is the site for a planned cannabis cultivation warehouse, which will cover 1 million square feet, roughly the same size as 17 football fields. Shown here on the map, the building will be built in phases over a 10-year period.
The developers are going to come where it's easy to develop and where it's easy to regulate. So they're looking at Desert Hot Springs because there's a lot of land available.
This is the venture which appears to be the furthest along in development. It's called Pineapple Park, a facility which will rent out growing space to upwards of 18 tenants, who are expected to eventually produce roughly 10,000 pounds of marijuana a month. While researching the parent company behind the project, the LA-based Pineapple Express Incorporated, we discovered the Securities and Exchange Commission recently temporarily suspended trading of the company's stock, citing unusual and unexplained market activity. CEO Matthew Feinstein says the SEC took action because of a recent dramatic surge in the company's stock price, after porn publisher Larry Flynt invested in the company. Feinstein says the company will continue moving forward with plans to expand to 10 buildings on San Jacinto Lane.
Being able to set up this location in Desert Hot Springs, with Desert Hot Springs being the first city in Southern California to have the rules and regulations to allow commercial cultivation of cannabis, we really are just pioneers in this industry, and really it's the beginning of just something that's going to be enormous.
Pineapple Express and all the other licensed growers in the city will be required to grow their crops indoors. City officials say this will prevent the smell of marijuana from permeating Desert Hot Springs and make it easier to secure the crops. If all goes according to plan, marijuana growers will play a key role in helping turn the city around, which has endured decades of financial struggle. The mayor says he expects cannabis-related tax revenues to add about $10 million a year to city coffers by as early as 2021 and upwards of $25 million annually by 2026.
The biggest excitement is, again, the possibilities of tax revenue for our community and what we could do with that.
Indeed, the marijuana growers in Desert Hot Springs will all be looking ahead to November, when it's expected Californians will once again vote on legalizing recreational pot use, and many observers believe the yes vote will prevail. Still, a couple challenges remain for some growers in the city. The indoor farms require huge amounts of electricity, and the mayor says more power is needed. The other issue is getting enough sewer lines built fast enough for all the new warehouses. Assuming solutions are found, it's expected the growers and the city will all be seeing green.
This is kind of like a gold rush. I'd say it's like the green gold rush.
Tom Tucker, CBS Local 2 News, Desert Hot Springs.